Konner, and we are here at the Edge in the Castro on the corner of Coddington and 18th, and this is 18th Street, and the Castro Street is right down there, and this is the Edge. Every Thursday night, Cookie Dough has her Monster Show, and this is a drag show with drag queens extraordinaire. Of course, I am actually a secret agent. I am a breeder from the East Bay, and I'm here undercover as Maria to see what's going on in this world, because of course all we breeders are very, very curious. Let's go in here and see what's going on at Cookie Dough's Monster Show.
Enjoy the whole opening so far? Really? If that's what I get, I'm leaving. Did you enjoy the opening so far? Thank you, thank you. Anyway.
I know what you wanna do. You got your crust, I know I'll take the bus.
Anime Cox and then Carnitas Wilson!
Watch it freeze the lightning! Freeze lightning! I could flirt with all the guys. Smell that dimmer back in my eyes.
It's tacky for your tea. Roger.
Beauty school dropout. No graduation day for you. Beauty school dropout. Mr. Minter.
Yes, we are here at the Cookie Dough Show, the Monster Show.
The Monster Show. I should have put lipstick on and powder.
Sorry, that was my vagina.
You don't look like a monster to me.
Wow.
You look more like a cookie than a monster.
There we go.
Yeah. What is the cookie show all about? Tell us about the history. Where? I saw you at Harvey's. I saw you all over the place. Where were you?
Well, years ago, let's say 11 years ago, I started doing drag for fundraisers. And then I always wanted to have a show. So I talked with the owner of Martuni's and just called, because I remember when it was called Lily's.
That was back in the day, yeah.
And I thought, oh, I remember the setup. It was so cute and so adorable, and I'll put a show in there, watch. And so I called, and then when I went, he said, yeah, let's do it. And I went down to meet him, and the whole bar had just been redone. Like, not just redone, but
Skip or Bobby?
Skip. But it was no longer set up the way I remembered it, and I thought, well, I'm going to try to make this work. So we were there for a few years called Cookie After Dark. And my vision was...
What year was this? Was like in the 80s?
This
90s.
was 10 years. No. It was just before Trauma and Kilbasti and Katya started, because I started all the Sunday shows there.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we all wanted to do a Sunday. So each of us had a Sunday. I guess they didn't realize it was the camera.
The Castro. Yes.
It's like, okay.
He went after a little thing sticking out there.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
So anyway, after I thought, well, I can't get the vision that I wanted at the piano bar. So I remember Heclina had done a show at Harvey's for one of her fundraiser shows to go somewhere. And I asked her, I said, well, do you think we could talk to the manager, who was Kyle at the time, about me doing a show here? And so she put in a good word, and I started doing the Monster Show, and this August will be 9 years.
9 years.
So
God.
yes, it'll be 9 years, and we were doing pretty much just once a month for a few months. Then it took off, and then we did twice a month. We were the second and fourth Saturdays.
Harvey's was like the place to go see
On
this
Saturday
great
nights,
show.
people would go and they'd see it.
And the
we
dancing afterwards was wonderful.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
So then we kind of outgrew that, and when we went to where the Metro had become the expansion, I remember the expansion, and then it became the Metro. Anyway, we were there for 2 months, and then we just kind of bounced around. We were at Octavia Lounge, but we still tried to stay in the Castro. And so then in the interim, I would still make sure to keep the Monster Show name out there. And so we would do the Castro Street Fair, we would do special events, we would do Booty, SF.
Yeah, I was always wondering what you were up to.
We would always do something, but I just wanted to keep every Thursday.
Thursday, yes?
Oh, well, thank you. Thanks for coming. So then I started coming over here to the Edge. It'll be 3 years. And when we started, Gary Virginia and Terry Penn were the managers. And I said, well, let's try it. Let's do a show. Do you mind? Let's do
right in this space.
Right in here before the remodel. And we did it on Thursdays. And it sort of started taking off a little bit. Then the new owners bought the place, and then they remodeled. And then for some reason, after the first year, we would get audiences. It was maybe around 40, 50, 60 people a week, and that was good. You always want to appreciate who you get.
It's good to do what you love doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so, but we went weekly after a few months. Then we went to the Midnight Sun for about 6 months.
Right
because
down the street.
Yeah, they own that as well. Because they were getting their sound permits done here. They had to go through all that.
The details.
So then we came back here, and for some reason, since the Midnight Sun, it just kept taking off, and every week. So a slow night now is really great because we get like anywhere from like 80 to 100 people is a slow night, and that's nice, right?
And it was crowded.
Isn't it
This
nice?
is a great Grease night. Grease
Yes,
in its
so we
entirety.
did Grease in its
With you
entirety
as the
tonight.
finale,
I
of
was
course.
trying to be Sandy, and so every
around.
week we do a different theme, or I'll do like birthday shows for people, like Tora Hyman that's standing behind you, and it was actually her 1 year
Incognito.
birthday. Yes. And so like next week we're doing one for my little drag boy, Crafty Doe. It's his 30th birthday, and he works at the Midnight Sun. But that's the history of the Monster Show, and we're going on our 9th year. Could you imagine? Could you die?
Wow, that's amazing. It's like, and then the whole thing started with doing fundraising. Like, you remember.
Well, I did fundraising. I was Grand Duchess for a while, but I just I'm in the community. I've been trying to do as much as I can. But this show is sort of like a little supplemental income for DJ MC2 is my husband. He's been with me the whole time. We've been together 12 and a half years, so I don't want to take all credit because he's the man behind the music and behind the scenes and everything. So we do collaborate, of course. And, but yeah, I mean, it's like we just decided, well, let's, we'll still do our fundraisers and we'll still do our stuff, but let's have a show that we can pay the queens, have them make some money, we can make some money, and we'll just have a good time. And look, there's people just still pouring out.
Oh my God,
there goes the lip sync for our shot
God, on a
moment.
Thursday night.
We get people come out.
So how do you explain to the people out there about the court system? You're part of the court system. It's about fundraising.
Yes, okay.
How do you explain that?
So there's the Imperial Court and the Ducal Court, which are kind of sister courts. The Imperial Court started here in San Francisco 50 years ago, and then the Ducal Court is sort of like the sister of that court. It kind of it was an offshoot of it. And then I was Grand Duchess 38, and that's a big fundraising organization. And so during my reign, we raised $36,000 for local charities, and each year they just keep getting more fundraising, bigger and bigger and bigger. And then this year's Grand Duke and Grand Duchess is Paloma Volare and Mojo, who is the Grand Duke. But the bartender in there, Drew, is your current emperor now, and Patty McGroin is your current empress.
You both
Yes.
fabulous.
So it was fab. Yeah.
Well, that's great. You get to do what you love doing and dress up for your favorite charity. Like, what are some of your favorite charities or?
Well, I do love
personally?
school is a big thing because I hate the fact that teachers pay for their supplies. It irks me. I'm a native San Franciscan, 3 generations. And when I grew up here, the teachers didn't have to buy pens and pencils and paper and stuff. I try to raise funds for schools, and then pets. Of course, I love the animals. And then just HIV and AIDS, and really whatever's out there. If somebody's house burns down, let's raise the money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
we're,
mean,
we're here.
and
We're in
do-
this together.
And do what you love doing. while you're
Exactly.
doing it. Well,
Exactly. And then go home and eat.
Well, thank you so much. So, we want to thank you so much
Mwah.
for letting us talk to you and give
Thank
us some
you.
final words of wisdom for people who want to just come out and do their thing. How do you get started in
You can go to my website, www.cookievision.com,
Yeah.
for all the themes that are coming up. I've opened my stage up to many first-time performers who've gone on to bigger and better
Yeah, that's
things.
great, yeah.
BB Sweetbriar, Poyle Del Mar, Monistat.
It's about community, right?
It's about
That's
community.
the great thing. You can come
exactly.
here and
Megan
just
Pixel,
come into the
Roxy
world.
Cotton Candy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? If you're going to perform and you're going to bring it, let's do it. Ejector did their first show at the Monster
My
Show.
God, you have been such an inspiration to so many people, and you're like such a diva but non-diva. You're like a.
I'm nice.
You're
I'm
kinda
the
like a
nice
nice
queen.
diva, a
I'm the
nice
nice queen.
queen, yeah.
Dean Disaster's been my door person for months now.
Yep, since 2013, January.
January, so all of 2013, and I don't want her going anywhere.
Cookie
So
Doug's
give
wonderful.
us one sentence that you would give to somebody, like say some teenagers watching this in the Midwest with dreams of coming here and being crazy and cool like all the people they're saying.
Well, like-
what words of advice do you give?
Well, I'm a native San Franciscan, but you can come here and do what you want to do and thrive and become an artist and become whatever you want to be, but also make sure you're nice while you're doing it.
Yes.
Be nice.
That's
when
what
you're
makes
doing
Cookie
it.
Dough so
because
fabulous.
we all have our moments, and I'm not saying I don't, but
Yeah.
be nice when you're doing it, because it really is. It's like all these same people are going to be the people that are going to be watching you fall, that are watching you rise.
You have a little bit of cookie and a little bit of dough, and it's perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
And that's a cut.